Good evening, and welcome to another edition of That's Entertainment. Tonight we are going to see photos of the Friends stars down to the bare essentials.
What pregame show will you watch this Sunday? Men banging heads or Playmates battling it out?
All this and more on That's Entertainment.
There's a smile in every Hershey bar. It's never been your style to live like anyone else, so why start now? The American Dimensions collection from Ethan Allen. Eclectic and most agreeably priced. For people who really love to live at home. Right now, there's a sale going on at your local Ethan Allen.
Patty, I got the wrong cheese.
Real Italian meals don't begin
What were you thinking?
without the Parmesan cheese that's always 100% Parmesan. No fillers. Kraft 100% grated Parmesan cheese. Now you can eat.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of That's Entertainment. My name is Mike Lazzaroni.
And I'm Stacia Young. You've seen the cast of Friends with new loves, with superstar guests, and with new movie deals. Now you're going to see them without something, their clothes. The Friends have stripped to their skivvies and left their inhibitions behind.
You open up and you have your steamy photographs of any of your favorite Friends cast member.
Jennifer Aniston is in the nude, Courtney Cox lounges seductively in Next to Nothing, Lisa Kudrow's blouse is barely there in the new issue of Us magazine. The sextet posed for photographer Mark Seliger, who tells us the men of Friends were a lot more shy when it came to posing for his camera.
I said, hey, the girls said you guys should show them some skin. And they suggested I airbrush some clothes on the girls.
We got an exclusive look at the outtakes, which didn't make the magazine. Jennifer first passed on a lacy bustier and then took it off and wore only a pair of men's undies for this sexy pose. Courtney looks great in all the outtakes, and Lisa flirts with danger in these poses. The February issue of Us also features 2 articles written by 2 of the luckiest writers in the business.
I got to spend a night out with the women of Friends.
Being with him is exactly like being a guest star on the show. The jokes were going zing, zing, zing.
Jancy Dunn went on a date with the guys.
They chorused in unison that Jennifer is a terrible driver. Matthew Perry compared her to Helen Keller.
The women of Friends were far more open about their private lives and their hang-ups.
We talked about boyfriends, we talked about hair care, and we talked about food. Jennifer Aniston eats only the crust of bread. Courtney actually volunteered that she occasionally eats peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with corn chips on them. Lisa Kudrow, if given the opportunity, would eat an entire cow.
And Jennifer lamented about not having a boyfriend at the moment and asked Courtney for some help.
Courtney relented and said, okay, I've got 2 that you can date. And Jennifer asked her who they were, and Courtney wouldn't tell her until I left the room.
This week's episode of Friends is Here Comes the Brides, a lesbian wedding. Candace Gingrich guest stars to officiate, and we'll have that story and hear what she has to say about Brother Nude.
No one bothered to tell Jennifer I'm single. Need some help on that department. Anyways, on Super Bowl Sunday, you could watch a bunch of football analysts go on for a couple hours about kicking games and defenses. Or you could watch Baywatch's Gina Linolen and a bevy of beauties play their own game.
We're getting like an edge on the competition.
This is Team Playmate, and just like the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys, they are preparing for Super Bowl Sunday.
I think that we're pretty well equipped.
These 4 women are training for a pay-per-view special titled Real Men Don't Watch Pregame. The Playmates and teams from the restaurant chain Hooters, Hawaiian Tropic Suntan Lotion, and former NFL cheerleaders will gather in the Bahamas for a live pregame show of their own.
I'm good at just about any water sport there is.
So they stretch, throw the football, hit the iron, do their jumping jacks, and practice the limbo.
I heard that the cheerleaders said they put like something out there that they were going to beat us, so that's why we're out here.
I'm 5'2" and 100 pounds, but I'm tough.
And although it's a sports event, some say they excel in other departments.
Bikinis?
So bring on the other teams, the Playmates say. They're ready to kick some serious derriere. Hawaiian Tropics.
Yeah.
Hooters.
Yeah.
Cheerleaders.
No way.
Playboy Playmates. So, your choice for a pregame. Playboy's pay-per-view event will also put a sexy spin on some games you played as a kid, including Twister and Tug of War. We'll have scores and highlights from Real Men Don't Watch pregame next week on That's Entertainment.
You know, those games were the best.
They were fun. We used to play hide and seek in the basement. People always got hurt because we never had the lights on.
Well, Kurt Russell plays a deadly game of hide and seek in his newest movie. Escape from New York was a cult hit back 15 years ago. Now Kurt Russell is going to escape from LA with That's Entertainment's Jan Carl riding along with him.
The year is 2013, and this is the vision Kurt Russell has for Los Angeles in the future. And believe me, it's not a pretty sight.
This is where the moral criminals now for the United States. So the criminally insane still go to New York. But
That's Entertainment was first invited to watch Russell Escape from LA, the sequel to his 1981 cult hit Escape from New York. His character, Snake Plissken, is back.
I'm feeling terribly underdressed. I definitely need some feathers, and I definitely need some weapons.
oh yeah, well
I mean,
Snake always, of course, has.
this is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
In the movie, LA has suffered the biggest earthquake in history. Kurt tells us what we see here is what we'll get.
This is the RTD,
This is
what's left of it.
It's ominous because it really is true. I mean, this is what it's going to look like. And we keep denying the big earthquake, and we're the modern day Pompeians, you know.
In this scene, Snake has to hop on the moving motorcycle, knocking off the rider. First, Kurt's stuntman works for several takes. For the close-ups, Kurt moves in. Kurt's kept in good shape over the years. In fact, this movie starts with Russell wearing the exact costume he did in the first movie. It still fits.
I've never done a sequel. I said if I ever were to play the same character again, the only one I'd want to do would be Snake. And I just loved that character. I thought he was great.
So far, Kurt's real-life leading lady, Goldie Hawn, has yet to see that wildest of movie sets. She's co-starring with Heather Locklear in The First Wives Club.
Heather Locklear. Yeah, Goldie should do the lesbian wedding. Well, to be fair to the ladies, we're going to find out what's new with the Chippendales and see what Bruce Willis is up to or into in his newest adventure. Stay tuned for more entertainment on That's Entertainment.
From Ultima 2, Wonderwear, that make up the loss for up to 18 hours. Wonderwear won't come off on your collar and it won't come off on him. Wonderwear that make up the loss for up to 18 hours. Ultima 2.
This 6-piece gift is yours with any $15 Ultima 2 purchase at JCPenney.
Muppet Treasure Island has critics going overboard.
Where's this crew?
It's a rollicking adventure for the whole family. The best Muppet movie yet.
Say, that's catchy.
Muppet Treasure Island, rated G, now playing. And coming from Walt Disney Pictures, Chance, Sassy, and Shadow are back.
Yeehaw!
This time they're lost in the big city.
Get 'em!
With trouble on their tail.
No! Oh, duh!
Disney's Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco, rated G. Starts Friday, March 8th.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. Coming up, Bruce Willis goes supersonic, Oprah Winfrey celebrates an anniversary with some old friends. But first, Kurt Russell isn't the only one who's going to stand out this year. Here's one for you ladies.
Finally.
The Chippendales will stand out each month with their newest calendar.
When the men of Chippendales show up on Oprah and all across America, no. Oh. You'll see it only on That's Entertainment. That just...
Great look. Little smile, not too big. Knees a little bit wider.
These hot hunks peeled it off in the hotter Florida sun to seductively pose for the 1997 Chippendale calendar. And only That's Entertainment has its exclusive first look.
I really want to show all your muscles, and I want it to be really obnoxiously sexual.
I went to college for this for 4 years.
Mike Everett and Ahmad were asked to peel off their civvies and get into their skivvies. Next year they'll be hanging on your wall, but before shooting, a little bit of body hair had to be removed.
I'm doing my job as a groomer. Just cleaning them up. Someone has to do it. It's a great way to meet women.
Posing in the pounding surf was no problem for the Chippendales, but the brief wardrobe was.
This is my next outfit. I'm not happy about it.
Chippendales calendar will be out in the middle of the 1996 summer.
I got some fan mail the other day, and it included a pair of underwear some lady wants me to wear on the set. Sorry, ma'am, cannot do. Don't get paid enough.
Thank you, Lord.
Seems like we're favoring the ladies now.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis and his career took off fast when he co-starred on Moonlighting, and it shot him right into the celebrity stratosphere. So it's appropriate that Bruce got the ride of his life in a combat-ready jet fighter.
You don't already belong to the Air Force, folks. Join today.
That's Airman Bruce Willis, just back from Operation Fly Hard. As a special guest of the 379th Fighter Squadron, Bruce put on his special badge. He was going flying in a supersonic F-16.
I don't really have any concerns. I mean, you only go one time, right? If I go today, I'll be in good company.
So with his G-suit and helmet, Bruce and Captain Tim Copeland took off and blew yonder.
Yippee-ki-yay. All of America's watching. Speaking of which, I'm a single dude. Need to have you or me hook me up, man. You all set back there?
Yes, sir. Good to go.
And going up? I am looking back. So am I. Outstanding.
Bruce was actually able to fly the plane.
You got the jet.
I got it.
You got the jet. And we are now supersonic.
Midway through the 90-minute trip, Copeland put the airplane through maneuvers that subjected Bruce to 6.9 Gs, nearly 7 times the
And
force
away
of
we go.
gravity.
And rolling out. How was that?
Cameras inside and outside the airplane definitely showed that Bruce was having the time of his life.
That's just awesome.
Sadly, all good things come to an end. But even for a jaded action guy like Bruce, a big rush of adrenaline can make your day.
There's nothing like it. I'm ready to sign up. I'm ready for a war to break out. Just give me a target, Pete. Give me something to blow up.
Everyone's stuff blowing up in the movies, Bruce Willis is your guy. His next explosive opportunity is as a renegade gun for hire in The Last Man Standing, due out in the summer.
You know, it would be so cool to fly one of those things.
Those things, I believe, were about $15 million a piece. And I say we get our producer, our executive producer, to let us go on a little flying extravaganza.
That would be cool. Well, you would think that when you know someone for more than 20 years, they could keep a secret. Nope, not all the time, especially when your co-host wants to know some of the gossip. We find out what the secret is when John Tesh and Mary Hart visit the Oprah set.
Hi, we're here to do opera.
Despite the Chicago cold, Mary and John were revved up to visit talk show diva Oprah Winfrey. They're celebrating Oprah's 10th and E.T.'s 15th anniversaries.
That's why we decided we'd see if we could get Miss Legs on and our big boy John, and we were excited that they said yes.
Their guest starring adventure began backstage at the most popular talk show on television.
Oh, look, flowers.
Watch this. Hey, Mary. Yeah. I put this in my bag and brought it from Los Angeles. I just want to wish you a happy anniversary.
Oh,
Happy
still fresh.
That was all fine, but
No gum chewing. Please stand up straight. No sunglasses or hats. You guys are really strict. John, you reading this? I signed this.
Just for fun.
I signed this before I read it.
this was all fine, but Mary was still suspicious about the flowers.
Now come on. Who did you steal this?
I brought that flower for you.
This is nice, you know what, having a woman put this on for a change?
Yeah, I know, that's what
Usually
everyone
these
says.
guys were inside your clothes.
I know.
Total strangers.
Under the skirt.
You feel guilty because you enjoy it?
Rumor is that Oprah's going to do this thing where she takes us back 10 years and shows how our hairstyles have changed. What I found. Do you think there was electricity involved here?
Oprah and John worked on television in the same city 22 years ago, and she hinted that she had a secret.
John and I knew each other in the past. That's all I'll say. It was terrific. It was like, and then John became this big star.
Yeah. Look, he's talking.
And the moment everyone was waiting
Please
for.
welcome Mary Hart and John Tesh!
They covered some tricky topics, but on the whole, they got off easy.
You know what I said to the audience, Mary? I said, $1 million legs and she's wearing pants.
I am really sorry.
And can you go skiing? Are you allowed to horseback ride?
I go skiing. Look, there is no threat greater than those big feet kicking me under the desk. I'll tell you that.
And so it went, except for that relationship secret that John still hadn't answered to Mary's satisfaction.
She's just as nice in person as she is on television.
Well, we didn't know you knew that 25 years ago.
It's not a big deal. It was a business thing.
I want to hear more as soon as the lights go off.
Well, if they say it was a business thing, then I guess it was. We'll probably see it soon in the Inquirer, how there was a big scandal or something.
Probably. Who knows what you see these days?
Everything.
Was it me, or did John have food in his mouth and hand every minute?
I thought I was the only one that noticed that.
You're not. At least we hope. Well, stay with us, because after these messages, we're going to have our video sneak peek of the week with Jeff Lowridge and more entertainment on That's Entertainment.
Wow, look what they've done to the deli.
It's a famous deli, and you can tell she really loves it so. They'll fix it her way and make it gourmet, and it's as simple as Steve Hypo.
3 pounds of Dietz and Watson ham sliced paper thin. Oh, and some provolone sliced this thick. Eagle Valley potato salad, make it 2 pounds.
We'll make it delicious.
And the ultimate deli platter with lots of pickles. Just kidding.
You like it?
I like it. I love it.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thanks.
Go ahead. You can look at the back.
I don't need to look at the back.
No, I know you want to look at the back. I saw you almost look.
I don't need to look.
You know, it is okay to look for the hallmark on the back of a card. In fact, you might want to do it before you buy one.
You know, I'm surprised because you usually look.
Maybe we're moving ahead in our relationship.
You know what to look for in a Valentine's Day card. Hallmark.
Hang in there with us, because after this short break from your local TV station, we're going to have Jeff Lowridge's video sneak peek of the week and a tribute to all those who sang in the rain.
Also, Pamela Lee goes haywire as she stars in her first feature film, Barbed Wire. And Al Bundy from Married with Children goes to heaven during spring break.
'Cause you're a part of me, that's the heart of me. Without you, I'm just a lonely melody. Dr. Heaven, you're a part of me.
This year on the Academy of Country Music Award Show, Dr. Pepper will be giving away 100 exciting new Dodge Ram pickups, along with thousands of other prizes. To play the country music matchup game, look for specially marked packages of Dr. Pepper. You could end up picking up some pickup. Introducing the elegant compact feeling.
Baby, I'm yours.
The all-new Skyline.
And I'll be yours until the stars fall from the sky.
Oh, you'll feel secure with every imaginable safety feature and free roadside assistance. Choose 4-8 financing or 1,000 cash. Make Skyline yours.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. Later in the show, Pamela Lee talks about her problems in the making of her movie, and Gene Kelly sings alone.
But first, we have our video sneak peek with Jeff Lowridge.
Hi folks, Jeff Lowridge here with this week's Video Sneak Peek. Our feature this week is the movie Mallrats, from writer-director Kevin Smith. You may remember Smith's first feature, Clerks, which revolved around the story of 2 young slackers from New Jersey. Clerks was shot on a budget of a mere $27,000. Peanuts compared to the $5 million Universal Studios gave Smith to direct Mallrats. Mallrats tells the relationship of Brody and his girlfriend Renee. Let's take a peek, shall we?
Who has as much fear of his mother as you do?
Well, I should tell my mother what we do in here at night.
What, that you play video games and I fall asleep unfulfilled?
Oh, she calls you callow in here. You say that like it's bad. Well, it means frightened and weak will. This is the only part of the letter I thought was complimentary.
This is Brody's private hell.
Where the hell did that come from? What's going on here?
And these
Brody man, nature cheese.
are his friends.
Ow!
Sorry.
It's alright. What's a stink palm? Take your hand, you stick it like this. There, now you shake hands with the guy. You know how long it takes for that smell to come off? If you stare at these things long enough, you're supposed to see some kind of hidden three-dimensional picture.
Oh, yeah, look!
It's a sailboat.
You saw it too, damn it!
We slept together one time, remember, in high school, that ski trip?
That was you?
Dude, this looks like your mom.
I thought Easter Bunny.
There is no Easter Bunny!
You know about this game show thing we got going on here? Well, we need you guys to somehow ensure that it doesn't happen.
Fly, badass, fly!
And welcome to Truth or Date.
Sexy Suda, would you ever make whoopee in public?
I think that's kind of personal. I don't think I should answer that.
Mallrats. You said it was a good size.
Everyone always says it's a good size. It's a nice way of saying that it's small.
The film star skateboard hero Jason Lee, and former 90210 babe Shannon Doherty, with an appearance by comic book legend Stan Lee. Writer-director Kevin Smith reprises his role from Clerks as Silent Bob. Run it. The laughs are non-stop. You won't regret it. Also on shelves in March are Best Picture nominees Braveheart and Babe, $20 Million Man Jim Carrey as Ace Ventura in Ace Ventura 2, When Nature Calls, and the Brad Pitt Morgan Freeman thriller Seven. So dig that change out, get down to your video store, and rent some movies.
We thank you for that, Jeff Loridge. And I want to say that movie looks pretty good. That reminds me of the days when I used to walk around the mall doing nothing, just walking, throwing things at people, old people.
I can always find something better to do than that. Well, here's some info for all those Kevin Smith fans. If you rent Clark's on Laserdisc, you'll get another 20 minutes of extra footage at the end, not available on videotape.
Wow. Hey, well, Fort Lauderdale is where the boys from Married with Children will be when they shoot a two-part spring break getaway. The kids are in shock when they see Al Bundy without a shirt, wouldn't be, and he's in shock when he meets a Bundy in a bathing suit.
Welcome everyone to the 6th annual Miss Spring Break Contest.
This episode may be set in Florida, but Al Bundy and his buddies think they have gone to heaven.
Here you are, Miss.
We haven't been over the top in a long time. It's about time that we go for it, I thought.
It's easy to come to work and have a show like this week.
The audience whoops it up quite a bit, even by Married with Children standards, and Ed O'Neill couldn't blame them.
You have to actually act to pull yourself down a little bit, you know, from not having too much fun.
Kelly Bundy!
There is a plot. Kelly Bundy is competing for the $100,000 prize, so Al and the gang sneak in as judges.
Well, she's got my vote. Miss Chicago will now blow a bubble.
Will Kelly's bubble burst? Why is Al being arrested? And on a scale from 1 to 10, how high does Ed O'Neill rate the show?
This has to be 100.
That settles it. Al Bundy's moving to Fort Lauderdale.
I'm going right behind you. Married with Children picked just the right guy to play MC for the bikini contest. He's Chris Hardwick, who also co-hosts Singled Out on MTV with Jenny McCarthy. Hey. The Bundys head for spring break this March on Fox. But Stacia has a more important note on heaven.
That's right. It's a sad day in Hollywood. One of the men who revolutionized the movie musical is gone. Gene Kelly died in his sleep this week at his home in Beverly Hills. He was 83 years old.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again.
He was undoubtedly the happiest singer and dancer who ever entertained an audience. His grin was infectious, his enthusiasm enormous, and his energy seemingly boundless.
Had to make the toughest things look easy, or the public wouldn't enjoy them, the audience wouldn't enjoy them. They were hard work. Making musicals is very hard work.
It It was he who designed the dazzling and complex alter ego dance number, Kelly Dancing with Kelly, in 1944's CoverGirl. It was he who pursued the idea of blending dance and animation in this irresistible scene with Jerry the Mouse from 1945's Anchors Away. When he got a chance to direct the film himself with partner Stanley Donen, he persuaded MGM to let him shoot musical numbers right down on the streets of Manhattan for On the Town, an innovation that still looks great today.
The VCRs flooded the world, and those musicals of my generation are still the greatest.
Dancing and singing in the rain.
Gene Kelly was an innovator. He didn't just star in musicals, he helped to define what movie musicals were all about. Singer, dancer, choreographer, and director. But we thank him first and foremost as a star who had the ability to make us feel good about ourselves through his incandescent presence and the movie screen. He will be missed and remembered.
He will. I like it when he jumps in the pool, though. Swings around, makes you feel all good about yourself.
You would.
Well, here's a little happier note. The Baywatch Babe goes to the movies, and it's no more Mrs. Nice Guy for Pamela Lee. Now she's the rough and ready Barb Wire, and her trigger finger has an itch.
I am a superhero. I am a superhero.
It's Pamela Lee as you've never seen her before. Rough, tough, but sexy as ever.
It's everything that I am. So, you know, with the machine guns and the kickboxing and being very athletic and wearing all the leather.
She stars in her first big screen feature as Barb Wire, a bounty hunter who takes on bad guys in a futuristic civil war. Pamela wanted the part so badly she ignored advice to skip it.
My manager said, "You're not going to do this," and I said, "Well, let me see it." And I looked at it, I said, "Absolutely, this is totally me. I want to drive, I want to be on a bike, I'm a bounty hunter, this is the best thing I could do."
During filming, Pamela endured a mar of health problems, including a tragic miscarriage, but she was determined to see this film through.
It did become a little bit of a struggle, but basically, of course, I want to make the best movie that I can make, and of course, I want to work. I also was a little uncertain, was very ill, so I was trying to listen to my own body, too. Too bad.
Now the question is the world ready for Pamela Lee, the movie star?
And I think I'm a real strong person. I don't think people really see that side of me very often. So I think people are going to be kind of shocked.
Well, say what you will in these times of political correctness, but it's kind of nice seeing Pamela knocking heads and spraying lead with the best of the tough guys. And remember, don't call her babe. Barb Wire is going to be in theaters around May 3rd. So you expect a date? Also, little notes for you people. Next week, we're going to update you on Candace Gingrich appearance on Friends. Find out if I get the date, Jennifer Aniston. I'll be nice about that one. And OJ tells us exclusively who did it.
Join us for our special coverage of Real Men Don't Watch Pre-Game, Scores and Highlights, and an interview with Christian Slater and John Travolta about their newest movie, Broken Arrow. Don't miss our video sneak peek of Hellraiser 4.
Well, we want to thank you for watching this episode. Have a good night.
Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready.